Today I'm going to discuss about biomechanics of correction of clubfoot, why the Ponseti method works. By the end of this lecture, participants should be able to understand why Ponseti correction follows a specific sequence, explain the concept of the talar head as the fulcrum, understand why the calcaneus and forefoot move together, and explain why cavus is corrected first and equinus is corrected last. Normal foot is divided into two units. Unit 1 consists of only talus bone, while Unit 2 consists of everything else, including excluding talus. All other bones, calcaneus bone of hindfoot, plus midfoot bones, plus forefoot bones. All these bones form a unit 2, and this unit 2 is also called calcaneopedal unit. These bones are connected by strong ligaments. They move as one functional unit. The sequence of correction is defined and it should be followed. It should never be changed. First correct cavus, then abduct the whole foot. When whole foot is abducted, the calcaneus is also abducted beneath the talus, and when calcaneus is abducted, heel varus corrects automatically. Now, the only deformity remained is equinus, that is corrected last by the help of percutaneous tendo-Achilles tenotomy. This sequence follows the anatomy. It is not arbitrary. Why talar head is fulcrum? The head of talus acts like the pivot of a door. Imagine opening a door. The hinge stays fixed and the door rotates. Likewise, the talar head remains relatively stable while the rest of the foot rotates around it. This is why during manipulation, the surgeon places the thumb over the lateral aspect of talar head to stabilize it. So talar head becomes the fulcrum and talus remained fixed, and the whole of calcaneopedal unit moves around talus. Why calcaneus is locked? In clubfoot, calcaneus is adducted, inverted, plantar flexed, and it is trapped beneath the medially rotated talus by tight ligaments. Think of a dryer jammed in a cabinet. You cannot pull it out by force. First, you must release the jam. Similarly, gentle abduction unlocks the calcaneus beneath the talus. Here, jam is tight ligaments. So, to soften these ligaments, manipulation is necessary, and then gentle abduction unlocks the calcaneus beneath the talus. Why cavus corrected first? As you know, cavus results from a plantar flex first ray. If you begin abduction without correcting cavus, the forefoot remains pronated, and this causes the foot to twist instead of rotating as one unit. Therefore, supinate the forefoot first to align it with the hind foot and eliminate cavus. Only then can the whole foot rotate together. Why calcaneus unlocked? Calcaneus is unlocked by abduction of whole calcaneopedal unit around subtalar joint by Abducting whole foot, calcaneus is also abducted, and in this way, it is unlocked from beneath the talus. Why does heel varus correct automatically? Many beginners try to evert the heel directly, but Dr. Ponseti said, never do that. Actually, the heel is attached to the calcaneus. When the calcaneus abducts, it also everts, and during this, heel varus corrects automatically. Why equinus corrected last? Imagine a folding chair. If it is folded, you cannot lift it straight. You must first unfold it. Similarly, the calcaneus cannot dorsiflex while it remains trapped beneath the talus. If you try to dorsiflex too early, the calcaneus stays locked and the midfoot bends instead. In this way, you create a rocker bottom deformity. Therefore, unlock calcaneus first and then dorsiflex. Why percutaneous Achilles tenotomy? After correction of cavus, adduction, and varus, only equinus remains. Now the only remaining restraint is the tight Achilles tendon, which is tough structure. It needs percutaneous Achilles tenotomy to allow for ankle dorsiflexion. Why gentle manipulation? Forceful manipulation tears tissues, causes scarring, produces stiffness, increases recurrence because ligaments are living tissues. So, gentle stretching stimulates remodeling, preserves cartilage, avoids damage, and allows gradual adaptation. Why weekly casting? Each cast holds the newly corrected position, allows ligaments to remodel over several days, prepares the foot for the next increment of correction. Each cast builds upon the previous one. Think of it as climbing a staircase, one step at a time. So, the golden principles of Ponseti biomechanics are: the talar head is the fulcrum of correction. The calcaneus and forefoot move together as one unit, that is called calcaneopedal unit. The calcaneus must be unlocked beneath the talus by abduction before dorsiflexion is attempted. Heel varus corrects automatically when the calcaneus abducts and everts. Gentle sequential correction respects anatomy and biology, producing a flexible, functional foot.